Ramirez present.
Mayor Rick Guerra present, and may I have a motion to excuse
I
Ms.
so
Alejandra?
move to excuse Ms. Commissioner Flores.
Second.
Motion got a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Invocation and pledge.
Bow our heads. Heavenly Father, as we gather today, we ask for your guidance and wisdom in our discussions. May we listen to each other with open hearts, speak with respect, and find solutions that honor your will. Bless our time together and lead us to positive outcomes. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
For the record, 604 in Alejandra. Next item is the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Be seated. Thank you. Next item, certified posting of agenda.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, members, the agenda will be posted as required by state law and be 72 hours prior to the start of this meeting.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Item 5, public comments, and we do have a public comment here for the meeting date of December 17th, which is today, presented by, or comments will be made by Ms. Brittany Gonzalez. Topic is the heavy truck ordinances. Ms. Gonzalez, you have the floor.
Good evening, Council. First off, I would like to thank you for the time and effort that you have put into considering the trucking community. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verses 8 and 9, it is written, "Speak up for those who cannot speak up for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and needy." The wisdom of this word continues to push me out of my comfort zone. This word tells me to be a voice and an advocate and defend those who need help being heard. Tonight, as you will discuss the scheduling of the town hall meeting regarding the heavy truck ordinances, I ask that you consider a date no earlier than the 2nd or 3rd week of January. Scheduling a town hall meeting prior to this would not only be inconvenient for our community, but also immensely inconsiderate. It is too late in the year and too close to the holidays where many will either be out visiting or receiving family. If the trucking community is truly of any importance to you, please consider a date where we can be present in expressing our voice and our concerns. This February will mark 4 years since we first took any action regarding these ordinances. I think it's only fair that considering how we have waited almost 4 years, we can ask for a few more weeks. Once again, we thank you for your time and your consideration.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Next item. Okay, so we're going to skip 6.1, which is,
Future May the kids, they have other events, school and so forth, so we're trying in the next one.
okay, and then make sure that we coincide with Ms. Gonzalez and the trucker's request.
Mr. Lugo, the kids, we're gonna try for the next game, correct? For the softball team? We're gonna try to get them the next time. All right, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Item 6.2, presentation of new Palm View police officers, staffed by Police Department.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council. Bringing you 3 new officers to our Palm Beach Police Department. I know sometimes you'll see me do the swear-ins here. Mr. Leo had asked about swearing them in. These officers already been sworn in at their academy graduation where their families are present. Their families also pin their badge there. And just to let you know, they also graduate in our Palm View PD uniform at their graduation ceremony. So I'd like to call up the 3 new officers over here to present them, please. And we have first here, Officer Sigifredo Moreno. You mind up next to him, face the crowd. Sigifredo Moreno just got off field training, so he's been with the department about 3 months. Next, you have Officer Joshua Simmons and Officer Grecia Cuervo, who are in phase 1 of their field training program. So they have about maybe 8 weeks left, 8 or 9 weeks left before they head out to be solo officers here inside the city of Palm Beach. So these are our new officers, and we have another addition that's going to start the academy in January, so we look forward to that as well. So these are our 3 new officers.
Awesome.
Pásale.
Congratulations, and Chief, make sure they stick around. Make sure they stick with us. Yeah, we got good competitive salary rates for cities our size. So, thank you, Chief. You guys said you got one more, right, coming up?
Yes, sir. He starts the academy second week of January.
Awesome. Thank you. How many total officers now do we have?
We have a total of 30 sworn.
30 sworn. Wow. All right, thank you. Good luck to you, Chief. Okay, next item, public hearing. If I may have a motion to commence with public hearing?
So move to open the public hearing.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second, so at 6:11, we'll open the public hearing. Item 7.1, and I'll read it for the record. Consideration to rezone from its present designated land use zoning single-family resident to general business resident, to general business, excuse me, on West Highway, Lot 1, 2, and 3 on East Loop 374. Staffed by our planning department. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, Mayor and Council. So this tract is located on the north side of Loop 374, approximately 1,150 feet west of Brayfogle Road. So the applicant is requesting general business to add an additional business on the property. The property currently has an existing business on it, and the adjacent land uses in the area are residential and commercial. The development trends for this area are commercial uses, and the requested zoning does conform to the zoning ordinance and the future land use map, as this property is located in the general commercial zone of the future land use map. There were 15 letters that were sent to the residents in the surrounding 200-foot radius, and as of today, we have not received any letters in favor or against. Staff recommends approval of the rezoning request, and after discussion, the Planning and Zoning Board voted to approve the rezone as well.
Where is it on the map, Rudy? ¿Dónde mero queda?
Yes, Business 83, and so Benson's on this side and Brayfogle, it's kind of like in the middle between Brayfogle
Okay.
and Benson.
Oh, okay.
I mean Brayfogle and Lahoma. Sorry. Brayfogle and Lahoma, sorry, yeah.
That's the actual business, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Oh, it's on the north side.
on the north side of Loop 374.
So they want to add another business.
Yes, we do have the, Mr. Guerrero, who's the owner here, if there's any
Okay.
questions as well. Yeah, on this side, add an additional business there.
To that same business, same type of business, or a different type of business? They just want to grow the business, or?
I think they want to have a separate business on the property. Of course, they would have to go through plan review and make sure they have the additional parking and things like that. But this area is zoned residential, so they need to go through the rezone first before that.
All right. Any other questions regarding this item? All right, next, okay, so Next item, 7.2, consideration to rezone from its present designated land use zoning single-family residential to multifamily residential on Greenland Acres, Lot 62, 1101 on Greenbrier Avenue. Go ahead, Mr.
Yes,
Flores.
so this lot is located on the southwest corner of Greenbrier Avenue and Greenland Circle West. The applicant is requesting multifamily residential in order to sell the property and be able to rent the units that are attached to the home. There's currently a home and 2 additional attached living units on the property, and the adjacent land uses in the area are single-family residential. The development trends for this area are also single-family residential. So the requested zoning for this one does not conform to the future land use map, as this property is located in the low-density residential zone of the future land use map. There were 18 letters sent to the residents in the surrounding 200-foot radius, and as of today, we have received 3 letters opposing this rezone. Staff recommended disapproval of the rezoning request due to non-compliance with the future land use map, and after discussion, the Planning and Zoning Board voted to deny this rezone.
All right. So you said, I have a couple of questions. One, it's a home and 2 units on that.
Yeah.
Those are half-acre lots?
Yeah, it's about a half acre, the property.
And they're not,
And there's 2 buildings?
It's all attached. It's, so this is the home looking from, I think, Greenbrier. And then on Greenland Circle North, it's these that are attached to the home to the back side, to the west side.
Are they individually metered?
They have 1 meter for the house, and there is an additional meter for the other 2 units there, from what I understand.
So there's 2 separate meters for water and power? Or is it just
water,
power?
Probably
I
one
need to
water,
double check on
two-
the,
two power.
I'm not sure
power.
on the electrical side. I need to double check on that. I'm not positive.
Okay.
and how long I mean, I don't know if you have this answer, but how long had it been split up into 3 units? Do you have that information?
Let's see. I can find out here.
Is it
So-
before city or?
It was, so it was built in, the main property in 2008, and then the additions look like they're in 2015,
Okay.
the additions, but it was before annexation.
Recommendation. Okay. All right, thank you, Rudy. Yeah, any questions from either one? From the public? All right, so if there aren't any questions, at 6:17, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing. I'll go ahead and formally, I'll call for a motion and a second.
A motion to close.
Okay, 7, 3, and 4?
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then we'll close?
We already closed, right? We already closed?
Okay, I usually, I won't go with a motion in a second to close. We use this motion in a second to open, but just formally close.
You're saying that you already motioned to close.
Well, I have a motion to close. I was gonna close. I usually end the meetings without a motion in a second also. But,
So I just second.
okay, so motion in a second to close the public hearing at 6:17 PM. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, so 7, 3, and 4. The discussion and possible action to rezone from its present designated land use zoning single-family residential to general business, which was item 7.1 on the hearing.
So
Can
moved
we-
to approve.
I have a
I'll
motion
second.
to approve as recommended by Planning and Zoning. Okay, motion and a second. Second, all in favor, okay, any other questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, anybody opposed? Motion carries. Next item, 7.4, which pertains to 7.2 on our open public hearing. Discussion and possible action to rezone from its present designated land use zoning single-family residential to multifamily residential on Greenland Acres, Lot 62, on Greenbrier Avenue. Do I have a motion to follow the recommendation placed by Planning and Zoning, which was to deny?
I'll motion to follow the recommendation.
I second.
We got a motion and a second.
I have a question.
Sure.
Rudy, okay, so what happens? So what happens to the buildings?
So,
What happens
so
to these people?
the building would need to be used as a single-family residence.
Is
We
it
would just
currently
have
being
to-
occupied by
Right
families?
now, no.
No.
It's not being occupied. I think they want to sell it to someone who would like to rent.
I see.
So that's the case. But if someone buys it, they should be using it as single-family residential.
Only. So here's another question, and just for my sake. So if somebody wants to buy it, right, they're probably trying to sell it to somebody who wants to buy it, to rent it, or to make, so in order to do that on a half-acre lot, or on any lot, right, they'd have to make additions to the house, make it into a different, apartments, maybe one bedroom, separate the house, make it look, or cut walls, and you know what I mean? That's what would
Like-
probably have to happen.
Like, for it to be used as a single-family residential?
Not
or-
single, to make it like apartments.
Uh-huh. Well, we would have to get it approved to
rezone.
zone.
But there would have to be, it's not just like, my
So it's
question
not
is,
allowed.
yeah, you're gonna have to break walls and make different, what do you call it, units, right?
No. Yeah, they would,
Planning has to approve the rezone, and you guys
Right.
Correct, correct.
can do that.
Yeah, then, that could be a condition, you could talk to the person that wants,
Can they use 1 meter, like electrical meter?
no,
No, it need
Not
to
for multi-
have a number,
no,
Yeah,
not really, they have to
the,
get, if you're gonna have 3 units, you better have 3 meters
3 meters.
to rent.
yeah, that, there's like
how do we
things
know-
that they can do, it just,
Now, how do we know?
yeah, not the right way.
Yeah, I think we're getting too deep into the question, it was just to approve it or deny it, but my thing to help the person that's trying to sell it, say, look, you wanna make apartments here, well then,
There-
échale lo que le tienes que echar para sacar lo que le vas a sacar.
Yeah.
Right.
At this point, right now, the rezone didn't get approved, so it would have to just be single-family, used for single-family residential. If in the future.
Just like everyone
we
else.
try again, yeah, just like the rest of the subdivision
Correct.
that's there.
Got it, all right. So, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you, Rudy.
Thank you.
Under old business, discussion and possible action on item 8.1. Go back. Discussion and possible action for a conditional use permit requested by Celco Partnership for a telecommunications tower at Goodwin Tract, number 1, Lot 3, Block 4, on that 10-acre tract. Mr. Flores?
Yes, so this was an item that was tabled a few months ago. This was the tower that located on the tract where the fire station will be
Yes.
built. So we had gone back and forth with Mr. Martin here to identify different locations. And I think maybe he can explain a little better on the location that we did select.
Council members, Mayor, how you doing?
No, sir.
You can see on the map here, originally, we were looking to put it, this is Marla Drive, it was gonna be up in this area. That's where the residents came back and said, can you push it back and do something? We looked at the park area, and after Verizon worked with the city manager and the planning department, they liked it behind the fire station over here, it's kind of secluded, generators that are not part of our request, but it'll be back behind those, so it's really tucked away as far as you can get it from any residential to the north and to the east. The fire station's gonna be blocking it, and all this parking, so we listened. I said, as I said at the last meeting, where would you like it? That's where the, CG5, city's architect said, that's a really good spot. The city manager kinda liked it, so that's
so
where
moved.
the motion's gonna be proposed.
We would just recommend that, again, this is, credit to them for working with us. We need an antenna there regardless for the fire station. We need to put it so they get
Moved it
permission to
away
put an
from the
antenna.
people as possible,
Yeah.
as much as possible.
Just would recommend that we approve it, subject to final legal review.
Final, okay.
Perfect.
So move to approve as per, subject to legal review.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other questions? Thank you, sir. And then, of course, we, subject to legal review. we got a spot there too for the city, for the PD and the fire station as well.
Thank you. We'll work closely with the city manager.
All right, thank you as well. Any other questions?
It's a perfect location.
Yeah, it is.
It's gonna work out good.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anybody, motion carries. Nobody opposed. Motion carries unanimous. Thank you. Under new business, item 9.1, discussion and possible action on scheduling a town hall meeting regarding heavy truck ordinances in the city of Palmview. Staffed by Mr. Leo.
Mayor, at our last meeting on December 3rd, we had people from the community speak up in public comments. So council agreed to have a town hall meeting to hear from all the community. There was the urgency to do it as soon as possible, so we had talked about the following week, which would have been last week. As cities start together, staff started to work together to put together the data, reaching out to other cities to see what they have currently. And then planning and zoning started working on a map that'll show us where the potential violations are, so we get an idea, is it certain areas of the city and so forth. We weren't able to meet it for last week, so reached out to Ms. Brittany to let her know, look, we're still working on it, we can't do it this week, but at the very least, we'll have an item today to talk about a date. As she mentioned, the holidays are right around the corner as well, so something to be conscious of, but this item allows us to go ahead and talk about potential dates.
Beautiful. And then go ahead and keep in consideration what was
So moved to
mentioned in
approve.
public comments.
So move to approve,
How
to
mo-
find a date.
Well, let's shoot for that February.
Yeah.
Do y'all prefer weekdays, weekends? What would be best for a good turnout? Fin de semana, durante la semana?
Yeah.
Weekend?
Weekend?
Saturday? Maybe the second week of February, of January?
February?
Annette, you have a calendar there with you? What-
Saturday, February,
Is that good for you, Ms. Gonzalez? February the 8th?
February 8th?
Okay.
All right, we good?
9 a.m. in the morning, 9 a.m., 10 a.m.
Let's see, we had a motion, I needed a second.
Second.
A motion and a second. We're still in question, so we're good.
Your next question is the time, Mike?
Yeah. Morning or afternoon?
Yeah, late
I would
morning,
think
like.
morning, ¿verdad?
Morning better.
Like
¿En la
9,
mañana?
9, 10
Oh, in the
o'clock?
afternoon?
Not too
¿En la tarde?
early.
Afternoon? Okay, la tarde,
Bueno, 1 p.m. right after lunch, 1 p.m.?
a la una.
Okay, 1 p.m. So no barbacoa.
So tentatively,
¿Ya
tentatively.
ves? Se van a perder la barbacoa.
Barbacoa's an all-day thing. Could be.
That's fine, yeah. That'll work.
So block that date off, guys.
The 8th.
1 p.m.
All right, no other questions? I have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Item 9.2, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Leo. 9.2, discussion and possible action to approve the third amendment to the contract for solid waste collections and disposal services for industrial roll-off services only. Staffed by Mr. Cesar.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. This item extends and allow the public to continue the industrial roll-off services for 1 year at no cost to the city, paid by users. City collects franchise fees.
All right.
So moved.
Yeah, we have a motion, have a second? I'll second it. All in favor, signify by, or who seconded it?
I was focusing on writing my notes.
Okay, I'm
Que no
sorry.
lo escuché. I'm sorry, I
Second,
didn't hear. I don't,
Okay, we'll take Mr. Peña's second.
what was that again? I'm sorry,
Discussion?
Cesar.
Go ahead.
This extension allows Republic Services to continue with industrial roll-off services for 1 year, no cost to the city,
Oh, okay.
paid by users. City collects franchise fees.
Yeah. For the construction site, they have that big old bin, and they,
Right.
by ordinance, they have to go with Republic, but we'll get a franchise fee. That's the only service that we use for Republic, aside from dropping and throwing the trash at the dump site.
Right.
Everything else we're doing ourselves. At some point in the future, we'll look at doing the industrial as well, but we'll need more cans, and then we'll need a truck that's, specifically for that. So right now, I think it'd be good to continue with Republic for just 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah, all utility companies usually pay franchise fees for using their heavy equipment in our streets and things like that, so. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're right.
Muy bien.
Done deal.
Sorry about
I
that.
have a motion, a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 9.3, discussion and possible action to amend the holiday policy.
Mayor, on this one, as you may recall, at our last budget workshop in September, we talked about the holiday pay and trying to get it more in line with what other cities do. So we were looking at the City of Mission, they do it, they focus the holiday pay on the major holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, and not on the rest. On the rest, it's more like no special pay, si te toca kind of thing. So we were talking with both chiefs of the departments, because trying to find a way, you know what, we want to try to do something year-round every holiday for the people that actually work on the holiday. Those are the ones that are coming in on literally Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Day, not being able to be with the family. So we were able to come to a number, which, well, to a policy which we believe kind of accomplishes what we're trying to do. You'll see the highlights. If it's highlight, that means it's a change. But basically, there's three parts. The big major parts are this: time off. That applies to everybody on the city side. Full-time employees who are normally scheduled to work on a city holiday, you get hours of, you get the day off and you get your 8 hours of pay. That's on the city admin side. We're closed, City Hall's closed, we get to have the day off, we get compensated. It doesn't cost the city extra because that's built into our salary. But then you get to first responders and even solid waste, and unfortunately, they can't take the day off. We cannot close, you know, trash has to be picked up, city and fire has to provide those services. So thinking of a best way to do it, for those that work on that day, they will get the 8 hours of holiday pay plus 8 hours for working it, which is their salary, so they'll get double pay. So they get double pay for working those days. For anybody who has a first responder who has that day off because they've already worked their 40 hours of the week, or they just happen to be off on that day, there's no additional compensation. This focuses on the people that are actually working it. And that way, in the event that one of these guys has to call in, you call a guy on his day off, normally they're gonna be like, how am I gonna go on this holiday? Oh, there's extra pay for it, there's an incentive. I'll go make that double pay. It makes it easier for these guys to be able to fill those positions.
And it's for those 3 days?
No, it's for year, if we do it this way, we can do it for every holiday.
Which is all the ones listed here.
All the ones that have been approved.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
before,
so-
we're
and
gonna,
so-
yeah.
And so, I know every department has rotations, right? So whether they're on the rotation, if they're on rotation and it's my turn for Christmas, right, I'm gonna get paid plus, what is it?
Double.
Double.
Basically
And
double
if
pay.
I'm not, but hey, pues, there's 3 slots.
Son 16 hours lo
Okay.
que van a pagar.
Yeah. Ah, bueno,
For 1 day.
that
They,
works.
they might have to work another holiday in the future.
Y'all okay with that?
I so move to approve.
Okay, so, have a motion,
I'll second.
second, any other questions, Ms. Ayala?
No questions, just wanted to make a note that we met with all departments regarding this so we can come to a consensus.
This
Good
will people
job.
try this for 1 year. We had tried something else the prior year, and it was a
Yeah.
lot.
2 years ago,
Yeah.
when we
It
kind of.
was last year,
Last year,
basically.
we kind of,
Did something that really no other cities do, so this is also more in line with what other cities do, so.
Okay.
All right.
well,
Good job,
Thank
Ms.
you for
Ayala.
being risk
Thank you.
takers, reasonable risk takers, and being creative to best match the need for your department and for your employees, because human capital
Yeah.
is important. All right, so we had a motion, a second. Any other questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Okay, motion carries unanimously. Thank you very much, and thank you departments as well. Okay, next item.
Mayor, for 9.4 and 9.5, we asked if we can go to executive so you can have a consultation with legal regarding some of
Sure.
these contracts.
I motion
Okay.
to move 9.4 and 9.5 to executive session.
I have a motion.
Second.
I have a second. Questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Okay, anybody opposes? Motion carries.
Mayor, for 9.6, we just want to table this item. We're not asking to take that into executive. We're just going to table it. We want to have a discussion in executive session regarding personnel matters, so then you can just decide how best to move forward with any amendments to our budget.
All right, so none done there.
So nothing on the right, correct, we're good. Moving on to the monthly department reports, just an FYI, we had a nice employee appreciation Christmas luncheon in lieu of a Christmas party. We, hearing from the employees, we talked about a Christmas luncheon where more are able to join us since they're here, not having to take time away from an evening or a night that they may wanted to be with their family during the holidays. So we did the employee appreciation luncheon, gave them all a gift, a small token of our appreciation. It was a very nice tumbler. We don't have one. Very nice tumbler with the city of Palmview, good size as well. And HR and Ms. Ayala came up with an idea about doing appreciation for 10 years in services. While we've done little things here and there in the past and given them plaques, this was an opportunity to recognize them as a whole. So anybody that had 5 years or more, we gave them the 5-year plaque. and there was about 21 employees that had that milestone. Anybody with 10 years or more, there was about 5 of those, and we gave them actually a nicer plaque, I think, the glass one. And then we have 3 that have been with us for 15 years or more, and they got the nice glass one as well. So very nice, very touching. You know, Mayor and Councilman Ramirez were able to join us, and Mayor Pro Tem Hernandez, so we got to address the employees, and I think they were appreciative as well. So I think that went well. We'll hear from them to see what they think moving forward. Hey, is this something that we continue to do, or revisit the topic of a Christmas evening celebration? As far as events coming up, I think on Thursday during, in the 5, 6 o'clock, is it? The basketball team, PD versus Fire Department. Fire Department took the first hit today. They won the door decoration prize. So I think PD is thinking revenge on their minds. Because PD, to their credit, had a really nice decoration at the dispatch center. So
Just keep it clean, guys. Just keep it clean.
Where did the fire department do their door?
over there at the fire department,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Well, they're gonna
I don't know,
be
I saw
able
first
to
place,
decorate new doors.
I saw first place awards with a seal from the city on all doors here. So I don't know what happened. Here's a good elf running around here giving first place to everybody
I
here.
wonder who that was.
I don't know.
I wonder who that
We had neutral judges, one from Mission and one from Peñitas, and that's what they came up. Very close for the top 3, within 2 points of each other. Runner-up was the PD, and then HR as well, I think was the other one. HR had a really nice gingerbread house collection on their door.
Yeah, it's a good gesture, good,
Well,
you know,
nice.
look at us laughing and full of cheer, right? So that's what this time of year, we need to be like this all the time, right? So sometimes we get our bumps on the road.
So we invite the public and everybody on Thursday to join us for the PD versus Fire Department Showdown. And then on Mondays, our toy distribution, we'll be doing it here at the gym. Contributions have picked up. You know, sponsors are wanting to help out and reach out. You know, at first we were a little bit worried on where we're gonna, you know, how much we're gonna be able to raise, but it's been really good. So I think we feel confident we're gonna have enough toys for the community. That is Monday, the 23rd at 9 a.m., starting at 9 a.m. Hopefully till noon or till the supplies last. So again, we invite the public, all the children to join us.
I've seen the parks too. I know there's a lot of action going on over there in the parks as well. A lot of cleaning, and y'all did the sewer lines and gates. A lot of
Yes,
fields
yes.
are looking nice.
Yeah, so part of the improvements the council approved to do investments in the park. You know, the infrastructure there is very old because that's an old park. So with, you know, unfortunately, we're still operating on septic because sewer's not available here yet in our area. So new tanks were put in, the old ones were put out, new pipes were replaced as well, because as you all may have known, we would have issues that was just backing up in the restrooms by the concession stands. So redid all that, and that's up and running, working well. A lot of high-quality dirt that was brought in, tons of dirt that was brought in to level the fields out so there weren't any raises. And now the fences are old and outdated, so a lot of them have been replaced. Some of it included cement, putting down to weigh down and stabilize these fences. So these improvements will continue to grow. Looking at the baseball batting cages already, bringing down the nets and replacing those. And then the major one will be improvements to the concession stands. For that, we'll bring you guys some options to see the kind of things that we want to do, because we expect that to be, you know, 50,000 plus or minus. It could be more. That'll be our biggest investment. Of course, we're looking at special machinery to maintain these fields also.
And the dugouts,
Say again?
scoreboards.
Oh, then the scoreboards
Dugouts
also, the
is- okay.
scoreboards and lights, any lighting in the middle, in between all the fields, you know, where all the play area is for the community. We already put in an order to AP to get a quote for lights as well.
All right, beautiful. A lot of good stuff. All right, any other updates? Think of the library too. We saw, I was out there right after lunch, and they were just pulling out empty boxes of books that were already in the shelves. Looks real nice. That library, thank you, sir, again, and thank you and your staff. And the rest of y'all that are helping as well. I think everybody had something to do with it, so, thank you all. I know, I think I know why. Kids and women.
Yeah, I don't think he was, like,
Do you have a staff?
two.
Yeah,
Well,
he's got two.
He's got a clerk, and then they have a volunteer as well that helps out, and some from ARP.
So have you moved in, Cesar? Oh, Lord. No, qué bueno. It's all good, it's all good. Good planning and marketing too, right, for the city. So we got good strategic location for you now. And as well over here, you got more space, closer to the gym, closer to the parks. you know.
Eventually, it will become our drive-through for payment.
Exactly. Good for marketing.
So they already did the switch to the youth center?
They're still in the process of getting situated, but for the most part, the major stuff has moved. Again, the old library will be our payment drive-through center, and solid waste will have their staff and team there. That way, we won't need this mobile unit right here. They'll do the drive-through there, and the person sitting in the drive-through during downtime will no longer just kind of, she'll be able to help out with other things on the administrative side, so it'll make us more efficient, have that one-stop shop over there for all permits. Then the library moved over to the old youth club. They're still getting situated, moving everything up. And then the youth club moved to our gym to be closer to the actual gym facilities. Up on the stage is all where all the game rooms, the computers, the billiards, the pool tables, and those things as well. So
Okay,
I think we're hoping to start the new year fresh with these changes.
okay, great.
All right, so good stuff. All right, other than that, at 6:39, I have a motion to reside into executive session. I'll make the motion. Second. Second, motion and second. Any questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, and again, at 6:40, we'll go into executive session, and we'll be back shortly. Thank you all.